Hello again, and welcome to this Crosspoint Dota League match between GOTEM City and Vino Veritas. We had a very exciting Game 1, culminating in a gyrocopter pickoff into a direct throne. My name is Penguin. I'll be your main caster, and joining me is Rob and Rawl. How you doing, Rob?
Hey, yo guys, I'm alright.
Oh boy, I haven't heard that in a long time, so that was nice. Going straight into the bans, though, we have Wisp, Nyx Assassin, Batrider, and Darkseer. The Wisp coming out from last game, used very extensively by GOTEM City. However, they opt to ban it this game. The Wisp really wasn't a factor, not able to do many relocates considering Vino Veritas' aura strat. Didn't really leave a lot of opportunities to pick off solo farming heroes. Very interesting to see the ban come out now. Our first picks, Vino Veritas grabbing that gyrocopter. Just as you saw from last game, or as you may know, gyrocopter offers a lot in terms of teamfight and carry potential with its flat cannon, rocket barrage, and ultimate AoE call-down ability. And conversely, on the other side, we see the Lifestealer and Shadow Demon coming out. Much more standard. Lifestealer, even though he got some nerfs in the 6.78 patch, with his open wounds being changed from 600 range to 200, 300, 400, 500 as you skill it, he still sees a lot of play, mainly as your right-click carry because of his built-in BKB.
10 seconds remaining.
Shadow Demon as the supporter coming out. Very, very viable support, one of my favorites in the game, with his disruption ability to banish out heroes for 2.5 seconds and allow your team to reposition, following up with Soulcaster, a bonus amplification spell, and Demonic Purge, the most important, which penetrates BKBs, slows, and nukes. Nature's Prophet coming out with Vino Veritas, more global presence with Teleport, Nature's Wrath, and the Treants as well for the split push ability. And we see from GOTEM City the Bane coming out. Bane, a direct counter to Lifestealer with Fiend's Grip, which penetrates the magic immunity of Rage, and the Visage coming out from Vino Veritas, which GOTEM City used the familiars to great effect on the Chief Dota.
10 seconds remaining.
Right.
Yeah, and I'd like to see a few more heroes picked. Obviously, I want to see a few more heroes picked up too. It's just boring. But barring the Beastmaster out, so they don't want Vino Veritas picking up any of these aura builds now, and the Beastmaster as well as Ultimate going through the Rage on the Lifestealer.
And Vino Veritas banning up the Lone Druid. The only difference between these bans and last bans, the Lone Druid and Darkseer, they switch positions. Interesting to see that the Lone Druid is classified as a very high target ban, very high priority in these games as well, considering he did get some nerfs. I mean, the bear is worth 300 gold now, but I mean, Lone Druid is still an incredibly valuable champion. He just requires different builds now, especially after the Armlet nerf. You're no longer allowed to have Armlet or Mordigian toggled on permanently. It now drains life correctly from the Spirit Bear.
Remaining.
And we see Leshrac coming out from GOTEM City. Very viable support who synergizes very well with the Shadow Demon, Disruption into Split Earth combination.
Someone's dropped out like
now with Lifestealer, perfect for closing the gap so he can get his open wounds off. Very good defensive tri-lane or aggressive tri-lane for GOTEM City. And we're going to see the Jakiro pick up from Vino Veritas. I really do like Jakiro. I'm honestly surprised he's not picked up more. He did experience a nerf in 6.77 to his Ice Path that basically shortened the duration of Ice Path, but also nerfed the damage. It was doing a lot of damage. I think it only does 100 at base level now. 25. It dealt 100 before at base level, and now it only deals 25. So it is used mainly as a stun, really, and a wall, impassable wall. And we see the Clockwork coming out. Very good hero. Bafik has informed us that Clockwork is a very good gyrocopter counter with the inability of gyrocopter to move around after he has been hookshotted and cogged up. Limits the gyrocopter's potential immensely. Good to see Clockwork seeing more play after his buff to the cogs. 5 seconds now at base level. On top of that, you can really put Clockwork anywhere. You can put him in the off lane, you can put him mid. The hero just needs levels, and he gets that done with his rocket flare, excuse me.
Going back to the Jakiro, I think it's a good counter to the Lifestealer because of that Ice Path. It just allows him to make sure the gap stays widened. You know, if he puts it down in front of the Lifestealer can't come through unless he's got his Rage on. But then it stops the supports coming through, leaving the Lifestealer on his own. So I do think it's a good counter gank. I don't want to say animation. I want to say it's a good
Counter spell.
10
counter-gant
seconds
strike. Yeah.
remaining.
Yeah, very good pickup on the Jakiro, and we're actually going to see a Treant Protector. Treant Protector, I would have to say, is arguably one of the most frustrating heroes to play against with his living armor. It's global. It scales minus 20, minus 40, minus 60, minus 80, excuse me, damage from any source, whether that's magic or physical damage. He also has
10
ridiculously
seconds
high
remaining.
base damage in combination with his Leech Seed ability, which
5
slows
seconds
20%.
remaining.
Yes, 28%. Excuse me. Really allowing your Trilane some viability. Really allows Jakiro to set up those ice paths and then synergize well into the rocket barrage. Excuse me.
And as well with the
Battery,
living
sorry,
armor.
Rocket barrage. I'm gonna get those so screwed up. Yeah, living armor though is the key here.
Yeah, if you're going to push down a tower and he pops the living armor on it, it's null or nothing. You either commit and you take down the tower from full health to no health, or you back off, he pops the living armor, and you have to start from the very beginning. And it's very frustrating.
Well, and that's another thing is that, oh, we're going to see a Templar Assassin coming out. I really like this pick. We see Storm Spirit and Queen of Pain bans. No love for the Quap. Nobody wants to see her. She's too good with her Blink, Sonic Wave, Scream of Pain combos. But the Treant Protector, I mean, on top of everything that he offers, being able to regen your heroes and keep them in lane, being able to regen towers and keep them up. Overgrowth is also often overlooked. It roots. It deals a little bit of dot, if I remember correctly,
10
or is
seconds remaining.
Okay, it deals no damage. It's just a root. My apologies.
5 seconds
But
remaining.
now we have a Templar Assassin coming out, someone who can very easily shred some of the squishier heroes here. Jakiro, Nature's Prophet, Gyrocopter. She's probably going to go mid. I'm predicting mid Templar Assassin, defensive Trilane, Lifestealer, Shadow Demon, Leshrac, and Clockwork in your off lane. Whereas for Vino Veritas, they need a mid themselves. Good chance that Nature's Prophet is going to just completely forgo the off lane if that's where they choose to send him. Otherwise, you would have, yeah, I can't see Tree, Jakiro, and Gyrocopter laning up against the Lifestealer, Shadow Demon, Leshrac. I see defensive Trilanes for both of these. Nature's Prophet probably just hiding out in mid or the jungle. And this Templar Assassin pick, Vino Veritas wasn't expecting it. They're eating up a lot of their reserve time, excuse me. Templar Assassin's potential in lane is huge. She gets massive damage from her refraction, excuse me,
10 seconds
which has separate
remaining.
charges based on damage taken and damage dealt. I think at max
5
level it's
seconds
80
remaining.
bonus damage. Protect, yep, 80 bonus damage. And we're going to see the puck.
And GOTEM City knew what they were doing then, banning out the Queen of Pain before they picked the mid hero. Obviously, Queen of Pain being a big counter to that Templar Assassin. And I don't think the puck is as effective. He doesn't have that continuous damage to take down the refraction charges.
Well, more importantly, Puck doesn't have the overall damage to take out the refract. Yeah, as you just mentioned. Yeah, Puck can't do it. He just doesn't have the spells to do it. And then on top of that, if Templar Assassin is able to catch him out whenever he throws out his Illusory Orb, Puck's dead. There's nothing. Meld hits plus refraction charges. Puck's not going to be able to do anything about it. However, if Puck is able to get a fast Blink Dagger and potentially... I mean, Puck doesn't... I don't think Puck can win mid. I don't think he has the damage to do it. So all that Puck really has to do is not lose the lane and get off some
10
big
seconds
ganks.
remaining.
He should be fine.
5
And we have a
seconds
disconnect
remaining.
coming out from Teal. And let's see. He's restarting his computer. Okay. I'm going to take care of the Radiant side again. On Vino Veritas' side, we have Subark on the Gyrocopter. Lyrics looks like he's going to pick up the, I don't remember, Jakiro. That is the last hero that they got. Coupe, once again, taking up the Nature's Prophet. Comac on your Treant Protector. And Beiros is taking the puck.
And this is pretty easy because they're all staying together. So on the Lifestealer, we have Chicken MC. On the Templar Assassin, we have Orbit. On the, on the Shadow Demon, we have, is that Lopert or just Opert? Yeah, Lopert. On the Clockwork, we have Kore. And on the Leshrac, we have the Chef Dota.
That Chef Dota. I'm very interested to see how this game is going to transpire, especially considering how action-packed the last game was. A lot of stuff going on. I mean, what do you think? How do you think this game's going to go?
Terribly. No, I don't know. No, I think it's going to be good. I think there is a lot more teamfight potential on the die side now, compared to the Radiant. But the cooldown, like you say, the cooldown and the Treant Ultimate, the Overgrowth, if they catch 5 heroes in that, it's lights out for GOTEM.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. It's going to be really hard to see how these lanes go. I think that GOTEM definitely have the much more snowbally team between the Templar Assassin and between their Clockwork. If Clockwork is able to just run rampant and start hitting hook shots left and right, we see good synergy from the Leshrac and the Shadow Demon. This could very easily go both ways. It also is going to depend on... Most trees are very active. They're very, very aware of the map. They know when to throw out their living armors. They know how to keep their heroes at max health. I mean, and that'll really show with the Puck, especially because Puck's going to need it. If since he's going against this TA, if TA can line up her side blades correctly, Puck's just gonna eat a lot of bonus damage as a result of that, a lot of net damage that he can't necessarily avoid. He's going to be burning phase shifts left and right, yeah, but the living armor is going to be the X factor here. How often is the living armor being used on Puck? And then in addition to that, because the living armor is being constantly used on Puck, how is that going to affect the tri-lane that Treant Protector is in? So, does that mean that Gyrocopter ends up going down because he can't cast living armor, or himself, or the Jakiro going down maybe, or how is that going to play a role in this game? We'll see. We'll see in a couple of minutes whenever Lyric comes back. Do you think that... How do you like... What do you think of this TA pick, really, is what I'm getting at? Good pick coming out. Just... yeah? Or do you think... I mean, it definitely caught Vino Veritas off guard.
I love it. I love the refraction charges because it allows them to play defensive and offensive at the same time, which I know sounds a bit silly. But if you want to charge up, the Radiant ramp, and you want to really do some damage, you can do that while taking tower harass because you've got those charges on the refraction, and you can take 3 hits at level 1 before you need to run off.
Yeah, especially considering that as you level refraction, you get more instances of it. Definitely gives you that viability to escape, especially whenever you can meld. Most Templar Assassins will go a Blink Dagger for that initiation and escapability. And Rob, apparently people can't hear you in Dota TV. You're coming through on my end fine, and you're getting broadcast out fine, so I don't know why that is. It may be an issue of Dota TV. We are unsure. If you cannot hear Rob and you're watching the game in Dota TV, the broadcasts will be shown on the Crosspoint TV YouTube channel. I believe it is just Crosspoint Dota on YouTube. Feel free to check all of our VODs out there, other games that have been played. And right now we're just going to get right into it. And we see a 5-man rotation, maybe just a 4-man rotation because Nature's Prophet is regenning his mana. 4-man rotation bottom with what I believe looks like your defensive tri-lane. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can anyone hear me? Because it'd be nice to know if they can hear me inside Dota TV. And I don't know why that is. I do have the speech bubble coming up on the side that says, you can't hear me. But anyway, back to the game. So, okay, that's nice to know.
It may have been the pause.
Could have been. This Treant Protector, especially on the, with the Clockwork on the offlane, it allows them to play very aggressive just because of that base damage. If the Clockwork wants to come in close, not counting the rocket barrage that comes off from the Gyrocopter, but just one swing from that Treant Protector, and you're looking at nearly, I don't know, a fifth of this Clockwork self. Maybe a bit less, but still, it's not going to allow him to sit on this lane easily.
I also just want to point out that this Clockwork went Hatchet first, and it looks like he's trying to do the Myth Trust shenanigans, where you cog your dudes, you cog your creeps, and force them into the jungle, or well, not really the jungle, but the side of your lane, and then you end up ping-ponging the lane. I mean, on the one hand, I can appreciate it because it's in the game, it is a mechanic that you can do it, but I really don't like it. I think this needs to be made illegal in most leagues. We're going to definitely have a discussion about this. There it is. He's able to get 3, and he's just going to lead them in. And all he has to do is stand outside of there, and boom, nothing can get out. Yep.
I like this strat. I think it's inventive. Obviously, it is annoying that, excuse me, that you're not getting your firm off your creeps, but
Play nice run.
Ice fraud.
Well, the biggest problem that I have with it is that you can't do anything similar to it on the Radiant side. And that's exactly why before, like in the middle lane, for example, you would get Earthshaker picked, and he would throw up a fissure going across the mid lane, and he would lead the Radiant side mid creeps into your Radiant side Ancients, and he could farm them. And since Dire has no ability to do that, it is not allowed in competitive play. Similarly, how in the bottom lane, you will see Earthshakers fissure block units into the Ancients. They'll just throw the fissure down like this or something like that. And yeah, we're gonna see this. We're gonna see this. He's gonna do it a lot. There's nothing stopping Corey from doing it. You can't come back here and prevent him from doing it. And what's more important is that it's going to ping pong this lane. So you have these creeps getting pushed in that they can't last hit because the tower is eating a lot of the last hits. He's gonna get these last hits, which is good. But you save up these dudes. Your creep wave dies, and then as a result of that, you see the Radiant creep wave ends up getting pushed out. So Clockwork is able to get free experience, and you'll see it again, more cogs. Clockwork's going to be able to get free levels and free experience under the safety of his tower.
Structures now.
And it's well, I mean, he does mess it up. Like you say, it is very hard to pull off. But I guess we are going to have to talk about that.
And we're going to see Puck probably eating. Yep, Puck's eating some harass. He's going to get living armor cast on him. And Nature's Prophet, yep, he left the top lane completely alone. And he's actually doing... I don't know if Quipe was doing this the first time, but he's actually opting to do the cliff strategy. Personally, I really don't like the cliff strategy either. I think, if I remember correctly, Reddit has conducted very exhaustive studies concerning the cliff, and you teleport between that cliff and this cliff, and you can pretty much farm without taking any harass. It slows down your farm. You end up getting a Midas 1 or 2 minutes later, albeit being a lot safer. And as a result of him sitting in the jungle, it looks like they're just pushing. Split Earth being used on the creep wave, Diabolic Edict, even if it is only level 1, they're going to take out this T1 tower very quickly.
Yeah, and I don't like this from the Nature's Prophet. It does slow down your farm too much. Even if you end up having to go back to base, it's still not as long as how long this takes on just on the cliff, waiting for these creeps to respawn, and only being able to take 2 or 3 creeps a minute.
Yeah, Tier 1 tower is going to go down. It's going to actually get killed by the Dire. Lifestealer, Chicken MC, not able to get the last hit. Going over the middle lane, let's take a quick look at the CS. Lifestealer obviously leading with his uncontested free farm, 18-0. However, Templar Assassin, as we discussed, Puck cannot deal with Templar Assassin. And she's really dominating the Puck, 18-4 to 11-0. And you saw her there. Considering that the refraction charges are separate for both offense and defense, Templar Assassin is able to sit there while Puck auto-attacks her. And she just keeps hitting the creep wave. She doesn't care. Okay, that's 2 hits. Denied. What are you going to do? 3 hits. And unfortunately she missed up the high ground, so she missed that last hit. But she doesn't care. Templar Assassin does not care and will get good farm as a result of this. And from the looks of it, it also seems like we have good... we have rotation coming out. But Puck, nope. Puck able to get away. Wasted smoke being used. Shadow Demon copying some harass from the tower. But Templar Assassin... She has her bottle already. She's 25 gold from her phase boots. She pretty much has the dominance of this lane.
And that's big, especially with the Puck. I mean, we saw a match with the Puck who dominated his mid lane. He ended up getting a Blink Dagger and a Dagon, and we just saw how effective that Puck was. Just the damage and the harass and the ganks that could come out from this. So shutting down a Puck early game, not letting him get the gold, letting him get the farm, it's going to be massive later on when they look to these team fights.
Yeah, in addition, going back over the farm, Lifestealer already has a Midas, and he's already used it. So I would argue that he has a 4.5 minute Midas, very fast Midas, and he's just opted to go in the jungle. The supports rotating around after they took that top tower, Quipe now coming out of his own jungle, able to start farming up the creep wave. So now that definitely helps. His farm in that sense. He'll probably pop out probably a 6.5, 6 minute Midas. He's at 1,200 gold right now. Gotta wait for the next creep wave to come in. However, if he's not careful, Lifestealer may... Okay, he's only level 5. Lifestealer may come up and just take him out. And we still have these... This is actually very interesting. Okay, so because Clockwork is sitting here, the creeps don't know where to go. And these creeps are actually stuck. And that's what he was doing. He was cutting out trees so that creeps would get stuck. And these creeps are now stuck here, completely. They can't move. The tree regrew itself because there were no heroes around that area, and the creeps they're stuck. But to counter that, we have double pulls going on, which is very good. Lyrics on the Jakiro, making sure that these pulls get done, eliminating the entire Radiant creep wave so that Corey can't get any farm. He is only level 4 compared to the Prophet of level 5. And right now we have some action going on. Split Earth is getting dodged. Wow, very good play, especially considering that phase shift is only level 1. So the amount of time that you're in another plane, technically, is 0.75. Very good play to dodge that Split Earth. I believe that if the puck would have whiffed that, he probably would have been dead, considering refraction charges. Interestingly, though, Templar Assassin has no points in Meld, opted for a second point in Psyblades. Uh-oh, and we're going to see some initiation going on here. He threw out the trap, and he's just going to back off. Never mind. You were saying?
I just feel Meld level 1, even though you do get the 2 points in armor reduction, or 2 armor reduction, it's not very effective. I think it's more of a defensive spell, just to stop those ganks coming out on you. Wow,
that was very good Ice Path coming out. However, it looks like... Oh, he might be going down. Nope, Living Armor coming out. There goes the gang. Puck rotating down here as well. Oh, Dream Coil coming out, hitting 2. New refraction charge coming up, but the underleveled Clockwork really showing how underleveled he is. Nature's Prophet coming in as well. Clockwork going down, Leshrac going down. That TA is going to go down as well. She just stayed too long, and we have a 5-man rotation coming down. The global nature of Nature's Prophet coming in again, showing how good of a hero he is. And 3 are going to fall, and this bottom tower is going to go down as well. And in fact, since Nature's Prophet still has... Nope, he doesn't have enough mana. If he pops his Clarity, he would, though. They can keep pushing this. There's nothing stopping them. And Jakiro even has a point in Liquid Fire to slow down this tower, prevent the tower from attacking nearly as fast. And they actually fixed Liquid Fire, so now instead of the debuff working every 1 second, the damage tick going every 1 second, it now happens every half second, so the tower will take more damage from Liquid Fire. And there's... Oh! Ice Path coming out, not going to be able to take the Leshrac, but just slowing this down even more. Flat Cannon able to take out the Dire Creep Wave, and that's 2 towers. 2 for 3, 2 towers and 3 heroes for nothing.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
Big play. Big play coming up by Vino Veritas. And that all started off with Lyrics. The Shadow Demon was coming in, trying to get a disruption out before the TA could come out and do anything, and Lyrics timed his Ice Path perfectly, hitting the Shadow Demon as his TP ended.
And you could just see that last hit coming out from the Dream Protector. Just that, well, it was 94 at the time, but that 94 base damage, just when he swung for the Clockwork, I think the Clockwork was still on something like 70 health, and he just went down.
No, it's a very important thing. Treant Protector, and that's why it's really funny calling him Ice Frog. Ice Frog has tried and tried and tried to work with Treant Protector. Before, his slow was too much, so he was a first ban, first pick every game. Think of that. That's back whenever Doom actually had armor, and he was a first ban, first pick as well. That was, I believe, the summer of 2011. And now Tree, he just has a lot of base damage, but Living Armor is now global. But he's level 5 and he has 98 base damage. Like, how do you put Tree in a good place? And right now you can see he's being used a lot. He started getting popularized by Goblack recently, and now you're just seeing him get played more and more and more. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Wayne,
and
go ahead.
he's only going to get, as the team figure out new roles for him, he's only going to get more popular. I mean, I'd like to see him take a Blink Dagger this match, maybe, so he can get in, pick that ultimate off.
Yeah, right now there's some initiation going out on the puck. Split Earth did land, but Roof Treant Protector was there throughout the Living Armor, pretty much effectively negating any damage that puck could take. In the top lane, we have Gyrocopter and Lifestealer squaring off. Lifestealer has his Helm of Iron Will up, getting ready to go straight into that armlet. Let's look at the gold graph real quick. We have a 3,000 gold advantage in terms of the Radiant, which makes sense. Vino Veritas took that big team fight, got first blood, and took 2 towers as a result of that. Switching over to the XP graph, however, shows a different story. Only about 1,000 experience advantage for the Radiant side. Again, from that team fight, makes sense. Looking over their items real quick, though, Gyrocopter, it looks like he's rushing straight into the Black King bar. He already has an Ogre Club up, as well as his Ring of Aquila. Jakiro sitting on his Mana Boots, still only level 5. Treant Protector rushing straight for that mechanism. He has the Buckler already, which I agree with you pick up first. Gives you the armor buff active ability. Nature's Prophet with his Midas. Puck still really doesn't have anything unless he just bought something. Blink Dagger. 10 minutes for Puck.
Even being shut down on this lane, 10 minutes on a Blink Dagger, that's massive. That's going to be... He's going to be able to get in there into the team fights, get the Dream Coil off, and just get his Illusionary Orb out.
Now, it's interesting to note, though, that the supports on GOTEM City are a little bit behind the supports... I'm going to sneeze. Or my nose is just going to feel like I have pepper in it. Okay, we're good. Alright, the supports on GOTEM City are behind substantially the Vino Veritas supports, mainly because, alright, so Corey on Clockwork was doing his shenanigans with the creeps. And as you can see, these creeps are still
What's
here
with all
being
the
sad.
scribbling? Radiant's bottom tower ain't it pretty?
While that
sad
was
back there?
occurring, the Vino Veritas supports were double pulling. Or pulling this wave down, and then pulling this wave down. But as a result, they were getting farm out of it. And so you can really see that Vino Veritas' supports have got a call down coming out. Leshrac being forced to use Zabal, he early Nature's Wrath bouncing through him. Second call down hit is going to take him out. Lopert taking a lot of damage from this Gyrocopter. He may be able to just right click him down. Is he going to be able? Oh, Salvus popped. Corey coming out. He's going to use the cogs defensively. Ice Path is going to miss. Some defensive disruption coming out, or offensive disruption on the Nature's Prophet. Excuse me, I didn't see he was there. I hear. No, Templar Assassin is going to go down from a combination of Waning Whip, Illusory Orb, and the Dream Coil. Now the Gyrocopter, the Gyrocopter is going to take out the Clockwork. I don't know why Clockwork decided that it would have been a good idea to go in there. Is he going to get out? No, the root is used, but it does not stop teleports. Lots of damage being thrown out at the Nakes. Not going to be enough to take him out.
And that was everything's massive to me. But the Jakiro getting out there when the lifesteal was chasing him, that was a big play because it just meant the lifestealer couldn't carry on chasing him because of the 3 heroes off to the side that would turn around and would have instantly burst him down.
Well, the key is that in that fight, Templar Assassin came in from the left side. I mean, she came in that way, and she got focused down. Just as a result of that, I feel at that point, I mean, they lost the Shadow Demon, or they lost the Shrek, definitely. They were in the process of losing somebody else. I believe it was the Shadow Demon. Well, he was too far out of the way. I honestly, the Lifestealer came in, he went in the Clockwork. Okay, well, you defensive cogged, and you pushed them all away. So, isn't it time to run now? Cut your losses. Okay, you took out the Shrek, we can run away. Maybe kill the Nature's Prophet. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that, there was a bit of miscommunication between the Templar Assassin and the rest of the team. The rest of the team wanted to get away, and it was too late. I think the Templar Assassin had just initiated, so the rest of the team had to turn around and try and save him.
Yeah. I mean, you look, right now, we have another we have another Medallion of Courage coming out on the Nature's Prophet. More minus armor. I really like it. I think it's a severely undervalued item in that it gives -6 armor to your target. And actually, we have Sprout coming out on the Templar Assassin. Leshrac's here. She's going to pop her Invis rune. No big deal. She'll come out, harass down these treants, get some last hits. But if Templar Assassin isn't careful, granted, there's 4 people mid. If she's not careful, that Sprout's going to really catch her out and really do a lot of damage. In the meantime, Gyrocopter just continues to farm. He almost has his BKB, 1,200 gold away, 1,100 gold away. That's going to be coming up pretty soon, probably sub 20 minutes I could see happening, especially if there are more team fights. Looking at your kills, I mean, wow. 2-0-4, 2-0-3, 2-0-3, 1-0-3, 0-0-3. I'm afraid to look at the gold draft. 4,000, almost 5,000 gold advantage. They know where the puck is. Lifestealer knows where the puck is. They know he's back there. Are they going to do anything? Blink, coming in, Waning Rift, Illusory Orb, Dream Coil, everything coming out. They knew she was there, but yet she was still able to get her full combo off. And as a result of this, you're going to see 4 go down. They know she has Sentry Ward coming out, 4 for nil trade. I don't know.
And it's just this
good.
team fight from Vino Veritas again. Even though, well, they're ahead now, 11-0. But even if they would be on the back foot, they just have this skill, I'm going to call it, of turning team fights round.
Yeah, well, just, again, call down, flat cannon, Nature's Wrath, on top
Dire might
of
want a
Waning
mine in the
Rift,
top
Phase
tower.
Shift, and Dream Coil. It's just a lot of damage. And when you look at it, it's a lot of magic damage, but it's
Dire's
early game.
top tower,
There's no mechs.
you know the
There's no
drill.
BKBs. Vino Veritas picked a team that when they hit level 6 have a lot of durability. And there you go. Gyrocopter's done. 15.5 minutes. BKB.
Yep, and just the Dream Coil and the Dream Coil and the Overgrowth, combining those with the Ice Path, I think the heroes, the entirety of the Dire apart from the Shadow Demon, were all locked in place for a good 6 to 10 seconds though, just allowing all this AoE damage like the Call Down and the Nature's Wrath to come out and do a lot of damage.
Well, in addition to that, you also have the hero spells, the Ice Path and the Macro Pyre, which are also dealing very consistent damage. And GOTEM City needs to be careful. Templar Assassin doesn't even have her drums yet. She has her phase boots completed, but she's a full item, big item, I should say, behind this Gyrocopter. Especially if he's going to carry. I hear a call down going on. Gyrocopter's farming up this triple stack. More money for the Gyrocopter. Sitting already at another 500 gold. He's just going to keep. He's a machine. He's a farming machine, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. Vino Veritas have their foot on the pedal, foot on the gas. All they got to do is keep pressing down on the pedal. And we see a smoke gate coming out. Probably trying to be a little bit more aggressive as well. We see trees coming out as scouting tools. They know. No, they don't. Those are Templar Assassin traps, and there's no Rubik. They're just moving around. All they have to do is get Pekka-offs and push out of it. Vino Veritas definitely coming in with a big advantage. They see. Uh-oh, this is not looking good. Leshrac coming in, trying to phase shift, blink. Templar Assassin is gonna pop. There she goes. There goes your Leshrac. It's. What do you do if you're GOTEM City right now?
Right now, the only thing we can do at the moment is try and play 4 Protect 1. Just get this lifesteal as fed as possible, maybe even try a couple of 4-mans, and just let the lifesteal farm up the jungle. Because these 2-man pushes, like the Leshrac and the Templar Assassin, are just not effective when you see Vino Veritas rotating as 4 or 5 players at a time.
Yeah, and right now we have Roshan going down. Medallion, the other reason that I love Medallion so much, it lets you do very early Roshans. We have a 17.5-minute Roshan coming out here. And he's going to fall. There's Radiant side, or the Dire side, excuse me, has no idea what's going on. There's no, Puck's going to pick up the Aegis. There's no Templar Assassin traps, and in the off chance that there may be initiation, you're going to use a defensive Sprout. I don't know, this is not looking good at all. 7,500 gold lead, stretching up almost to 10,000. And we have a DC coming out. So we're going to get a pause out. It's 13-0. Vino Veritas versus GOTEM City in this Game 2 of the Crosspoint Dota League. Mech is almost finished for the Treant Protector. He has his own set of mana boots. Shadowblade is 40 gold away from being completed on the Nature's Prophet. Gyrocopter probably has started on his next big item. Nope, hasn't touched it. Chicken MC has his Midas and his Armlet, so that's good. He's getting some farm up. Anything in the stashes that I'm not seeing? Nope. Templar Assassin almost has her drums. She's about 100 gold away herself. What? Well, I asked you, what does GOTEM City do? What does Vino Veritas to close this out? They have such a huge advantage. How do they let it not slip away?
Just keep 5-manning. Keep the push, keep the pressure on, and not allow GOTEM to farm up any of their items. And if they are taking 4 versus 5 under a tower, or 5 versus 4 I should say, with 4 on the GOTEM, and they're able to take a team fight, maybe take 2 or 3 heroes down before they run away, then that's big. It's going to mean that the Lifestealer isn't going to have time to farm up, he's not going to be able to get his items up, Templar Assassin's not going to be able to get her items up, and it's just going to stop them from being effective, because they need their items. Okay, they have the good damage, but they need their items to be effective.
Yeah, and you can really see, going off of the items, you can really see Vino Veritas picked a team, as we mentioned before, that's magic oriented. They do a lot of magic damage, and as a result, they don't need their items. Whereas GOTEM City is very damage. Oh, I'm lagging, which is not good. Are you lagging? Uh-oh, connection problem.
I'm also lagging. Yeah, this isn't good.
Not good. Well, we're gonna see what happens as a result of this. This makes me nervous. This is the first time this has happened to me personally. But as we were saying, it's Vino Veritas has a lot of magic damage. GOTEM City does not. Or where they do, it's much more concentrated, as opposed to Vino Veritas's sustain. All right, I'm gonna try and reconnect into the game, and I'm gonna hope for the best. If I can't get in, I'm gonna put you guys through to some lovely, lovely music given to us by our... Oh, I got back in. we have Subarak coming out saying, "This is some strange shit here." Are we all good? Are we all in? You in, Rob?
I'm in. I didn't get kicked out. It was me, Tree and Shadow Demon. You know, we were obviously the best.
You are echoing something awful, good sir. Can you
Any better? Any better?
No, you're still echoing. Do I have... Let's see... Mute co-broadcasters. Okay, my mute co-broadcasters is on. Try again, one more time.
What's with all
I'm
this?
here, and I'm British.
If you could close out and then rejoin, try that. Not close out, but just like leave the thingy. Leave the game and then reconnect.
Is everything sorted for me to get back in?
Yeah, you're good. But yeah, going back into this game, it's not looking good. The Shadow Blade just got picked up. Shadow Amulet, excuse me, finishing up the Shadow Blade. Go ahead, shoot me some words.
Words.
Oh, much better. Alright, we're good. Alright, we're gonna get this game underway. But yeah, Shadow Blade finished up on the Nature's Prophet.
All right, carry on.
Very odd lag spikes there. Don't know why we all dropped, but everything's hunky-dory now. And it looks like Gyrocopter's going to go for the Helm of the Dominator. He's already picked up his Morbid Mask, unless he's going to throw everyone for a loop and go for a Mask of Madness, which I don't see. And here we go. This is what we needed from GOTEM City. You have the supports helping the Lifestealer farm or stacking the camps as well. They need to hit their level 6. If you look at the level disparity, oh my goodness, it really shows. Nature's Prophet at level 13, the Gyrocopter sitting at level 12, and the Lifestealer is the only one close, also at level 12. But Puck is level 11 with bonus damage coming out on his Dream Coil. It's just a lot. It's a lot to go up against. And we're gonna have oh boy, Invis coming out. And late Nake's getting silenced by Waning Rift. Ice Path is gonna hit, but they're not gonna follow it up. We're going to see Templar Assassin Traps coming out. We have a TP coming in. Nature's Prophet is joining the club. We're going to summon some trees up. Go send them after this Tier 1 tower. It is also important to note that Tier 1 towers do not have backdoor protection, so they can take this down with treants very easily. And we got a homing missile coming out on the Templar Assassin. She's going to run away, let the tower and allied units take care of it, get some bonus gold. JK, she's going to meld. No one gets the gold. And we've got the positioning coming in here. Oh, they saw him. They saw the tree. They know the tree's invisible and that he's trying to set up. Clockwork is going to be infested by the Lifestealer. He has hookshot up. Shadow Demon throwing out Shadow Poison, Harass to try and reject this creep wave, but there's your Nature's Prophet, just being Nature's Prophet, pushing in with treants. I hear Clockwork hit him. Clockwork came in and hit the tree and Invis Tree and Protector. We're going to see the root come out. It's going to hit both the Clockwork call down coming out, freezing the Clockwork. He's going to drop inside of his coils. Gyrocopter manning up with his BKB active. Puck hitting a couple with the Illusory Orb, Phase Shift, as well as Waning Rift and Dream Coil. And Puck can't man up. Oh, we got some armlet toggles, and there's your Aegis being popped. In the meantime, Templar Assassin trying to go against the remaining 4 members of the team. Not going to be able to do it. Right now, Lifestealer running for his life. Illusory Orb coming out. We have the TP coming in. Phase Shift, Waning Rift. Too much. 5 for Aegis trade, I believe. game is
Yeah.
getting a little bit out of control. I don't think anybody from Vino Veritas has been taken out.
Dire might want to mine that top
This is
tower.
looking like an 18-0. They might have a shutout. Don't see very many shutouts coming out. Fortify being used to try and
Dire's top tower.
slow down this push, but there's your tier 2 tower claimed by the
Dire's
Radiant.
top tower's gone.
All of
And
those, all of
well, it
those-
looks like the entire
Go ahead.
Dire side are going for the Milk Award.
Yeah, wow. Except they have to win. You have to win to get the Milk Award. And our fun fact coming out, Canada has more donut shops per capita than the United States. They are all Tim Hortons. Don't get confused. Tim Hortons is also delicious. So I cannot fault them for that. Going into our middle lane, Vino Veritas exercising and flexing their map control. They're just rolling middle.
Dire's mid towers
Going into pressured
technical
out this
difficulty.
tier 2 tower. Flat cannon coming out. Creep wave evaporates. Liquid fire coming out, slowing
Dire's mid tower could use a
the tier 2
little help.
tower from actually attacking, taking out this creep wave, and there it goes. Gold
Hope
graph,
the
I'm
Dire
afraid.
weren't partial to that
15,000
mid-tower.
gold lead for Vino Veritas. Experience, similarly as high. Just, I hate to call it GG in situations like this, but this is really, really, really out of hand right now. You need a huge team fight from GOTEM City, and Templar Assassin's just going to run up. You're going to see the BKB get popped. Dream Coil coming out. Big offensive blink. Shadow Demon going down. Templar Assassin all alone. Ice Path coming out. Corey's going to hook shot in. Getting taken out by the Rocket Barrage. Templar, there's our first kill. We got one. Lifestealer's going to get one on the Nature's Prophet. Templar Assassin running away, but he cannot man up against a Rocket Barraging
3 down.
Gyrocopter in. Puck coming in with the blink. Waning Rift for the silence. Looks like it's going to be tier 3 Rax coming out as a result of this. Templar Assassin hiding out
Dire's
by the
mid
tier
tower
1
won't last
towers.
much longer.
You're going to see the pressure out on this tier 3. Shadow Poison coming out from Shadow Demon, trying to zone them off the lane.
Dire's mid
But
towers
he
having
only does 20
technical
damage per
difficulties.
stack of Shadow Poison, I believe.
Dire's
Yep,
mid
20
tower
damage per
is
stack,
not
even if
gonna
they get 3 or 4 stacks on, and the GG is coming out.
Dire's mid Rax.
Which is a bit of a shame, and I mean, I thought if we were going to see it in any match, this match, we would see the Rapier.
Well, it's more disappointing considering that the first game was so close, and this game just ended so one-sided.
Difficulties.
Vino Veritas, once again, I feel, winning the draft, in my opinion. Got a pause coming out. Curious as to why. Oops! Sorry, my bad.
All right, carry on.
Yeah, the
Very-
team fight potential just coming out from Vino Veritas. They knew what they wanted, they knew what they were doing, and they knew what synchronized well. Whereas I think GOTEM, they focused on that trial lane, getting the lifesteal, the really shracking the Shadow Demon. But the Clockwork and the Templar Assassin pickups, it might not have suited their style of play.
Yeah, it's. I mean, again, we saw. Cupid gonna farm up.
Life will make its
Gonna
home
farm up some
amongst
dire
your
heroes,
bones.
but it was a good draft, and they were good games executed by Vino
Dire's mid
Veritas.
Rax ain't doing
We're just
so
gonna wait
hot.
for this tower or the
2 down.
ancient to explode, and we'll head out of the lobby ourselves. Very good games coming out from Vino Veritas, taking this series 2-0. We have another series coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I believe that is 9 p.m. Central European Standard Time. We're going to make all our plugs. This is, again, Penguin Robin Roll. Join me. If you want to tweet us out, you can tweet me at @PenguinDota. Tweet Rob out at @RobinRoll. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Good, good, good. All of these games will also be available on our YouTube channel, Crosspoint Dota, on YouTube. Also, feel free to tweet out the league at Crosspoint Dota, and feel free to join us back at 3 p.m. for on this channel, twitch.tv/CrosspointTV, for our next matchup. I do not remember who the teams are. For the next hour and 15 minutes, I'm just going to leave the music going. So if you care to stick around, see some more, listen to some more Sad Onion, F777, and Steamage, our lovely music contributors, that'd be fantastic. And we'll see you at 3 p.m. This is Penguin.